There's a message here for almost everyone, but if you're sensitive to certain topics, trigger warning. Also, before you watch it, if you haven't watched the Demon Slayer video that I posted before this, you should probably watch that since I will reference things in it. So I was shown this little girl. She was super tiny, adorable, so cute. She looked really, really young, maybe 4. She had black hair, like 2 little pigtails, and I was shown her walking around the house alone. She was also wearing a uniform, and I heard the name Janelle, but I do not know if that was her. I didn't feel like it was. She sets up at the table, and she's so tiny, she accidentally spilled milk all over the table. So she gets down off the chair and tries to get something to clean up the milk, but can't reach it. She's like too tiny to reach anything to clean it with. So she starts wandering around the house. Then the vision cuts to, sorry with the cuts too. So then the vision, let's try that again. The vision, I get a different vision is what happens. Okay, thank you, that makes more sense. I work in film and TV, so a lot of dreams, my visions, my imagination, just the way my brain works, I'm just accustomed to thinking in terms of film. That is my daytime job. So then the vision changes to a man with brown hair and a beard, and he's running away, like on the street. He has blood on his face. He drops down on the floor and he just starts to cry. The vision changes to, now I've followed the little girl to the bedroom. She goes over to the bed and there's liquid all over the bed. She rubs her hands in it and lifts up her hands and it's blood. Then I see that the man is still in there because he tells the little girl to shush. That is kind of the last that I see. Given the scene, given what I was shown, given the little clues and hints here and there, I won't get into all the details. He basically unalived the mom and the little girl, but made it look like a murder-suicide. He sees himself as innocent. So I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't shown exactly what happened. I think maybe the mom and this man were dating or something like that. I'm a little unsure there. Whatever happened, he felt he was innocent, but was kind of scared of being thought of as guilty. So he set up the scene. But the point of the message that she wanted to get across was she wanted him to turn himself in, tell the truth of what he saw, because the mom was making it seem like they would be lenient on him for whatever. So I don't know if there's someone else involved, someone else did it. I don't know the exact situation. The mom was short and she wore like this black band holding her hair back. She also had some form of a pearl necklace, which actually I heard. I didn't actually see it. Then I heard a term that I've never heard before. I don't know if it actually exists. They said psychic math, and it was 23 plus 13. I don't know if the numbers are important at all, but what I got from it is basically that there were 23 facts about what happened, but there were an additional 13 facts that were unseen. And I guess that's where the psychic comes in. The psychic sees the 13 that are missing. I don't know, because I've never heard the term before. Did I make it up? I don't really know. 23 and 13 equals 36. Does that matter? 3 and 6 equals 9. I guess if numerology is important. Basically just that there were 23 things that you would see straight off the bat if you were in there searching for evidence as to what happened, but 13 that only someone like a psychic would see. After she showed me the scene, this was actually as she was leaving, I could see around her she had demons or entities or things that are attached to her, and they were attached to her. They weren't his or anyone else's. They were attached to her. They did not really interact with me, but I saw them. I saw they were there. That got me thinking. Some were shadows from her life, right? Shadow work that she never got a chance to complete. and some were like ancestor pain, things that came down in the lineage. One looked like a completely new trauma, like a demon. I would say more like a haunting, if anything. And it got me thinking, where does all that go, right? Does it stay in the house as a haunting? Does it reincarnate with her? Does it follow him around, or whoever's guilty? I mean, I felt like there was a lot to unpack there. And I truly feel that the answer is that it is actually all of the above. As he sits there, right, and he festers in guilt or non-guilt, maybe he like goes back and forth, and or a memory or the trauma, whatever, he is bound to either create or attract some entity to him. Maybe the newly formed trauma entity that she created, maybe that will stay reliving the moment until she gets justice and her baby gets justice. And not everyone's going to see that entity that was created. Not everyone is aware of it. Not everyone picks it up. And even still, some people that have similar wounds, maybe someone was unalived in their family, you know, their ancestors, and they need to clear that out. They might see it and will pick up the entity, because that happens too. And now it becomes part of their world. And this poor mama's soul, if she reincarnates, chances are that will be a trauma that she might live with because it has not been resolved. Or she might pass it on in her bloodline for someone else to resolve. As an example, in my own family ancestors and bloodline, there seems to be a history of women who get involved in marriages or relationships that they can't seem to break away from. They're toxic, but they just can't seem to break away from them. They pass on not having resolved that issue. So now it becomes my job to recognize when someone is toxic and to walk away from them. I obviously won't get into details since not everyone that listens to these are strangers to me. So I'm going to end this here because I'm having real issues getting this message out. And I'm going to hope that I got across what I was trying to in terms of how these different entities form and how you even pick one up. If I did not make it clear, I apologize. I can always revisit this when it's easier for me to speak. But if anything seemed unclear, please comment and let me know, and maybe I have better luck writing than speaking today.